Hey y'all, welcome to Glory Hills Homestead. My name is Holly. If you're new here, thank you for joining us on today's video. It looks like it is nice and warm outside, but it's actually freezing cold. I can't feel my fingers right now. It is bad. I should probably have a coat on, but coats aren't very cute for intros. So, although it's freezing outside, it's actually time to start our seeds here in about 2 weeks, and so that means today I need to get everything prepped and ready. I need to go find all of my seed starting cups and get them cleaned and sanitized, ready to start seeds this year. There's two main reasons I like to start things from seed. One of those is the biggest reason, which is it is the most affordable. I ingest tomatoes alone. I always do about 70 to 80 starts or seedlings. We plant about 50 of those right here in our backyard, and then I also like to sell and gift some away to friends and family. Also, you just have a much greater range of what you're able to buy when it comes to what variety of seed. I like to try a bunch of cool different varieties, a bunch of different heirloom seeds, things that you can't really find at like a Home Depot or a Tractor Supply, things like that. So for saving money and for being able to try out cool varieties, I like starting everything from seed. It does take a little more time and a little more work, but it's really not that bad. When I was new to starting everything from seed, I was really intimidated by the idea of that, but I promise it's not super hard. All right, let's go find these seedling cups. They're laying all around the property, and I know there's several in the shop too. Every year there's less and less because the kids run off with them, so we will go find what we have and go from there. Once upon a time, this was the kids' sand pit. There was brick perimeter around here, and as you can see, I can tell from the color of this. Here's one of my seedling cups under ice, buried in their sand pit. Lord knows how many more are buried in here, but hey, there's one down, lots to go. I'm gonna go ahead and get this sink filling up. Oh my gosh. It is honestly crazy how affectionate this cat is. Okay, let go. This is all I can find right now, so we're just gonna start with what I can find. As you can see, none of these have been cleaned out from last year, but it is important to clean them because they can get like powdery mildew, all kind of different bacterias and diseases. So it's good to get these cleaned out every year. It just ensures that you're going to have healthier seedlings. So I don't love filming in my house. I like keeping all of our videos outside, but I am going to be inside for a little bit. Again, it's freezing and I'd much rather organize things by this wood stove as opposed to sitting outside. Little Bubba just woke up. Do you want to come say hi? I'm organizing my seeds. Hey boy. Did you guys have fun?
You gotta change your brick.
You gotta change the brick?
Yeah, all of them.
All the breaker switches?
Yep.
We'll go help Daddy, okay? So I'm just gonna start organizing my seeds. Probably not gonna explain everything. It's been like a year or two since I've organized all this, so I have no idea what I'm gonna find. If you guys didn't know, tomato hornworms, it is really easy to find them with a black light at nighttime on your tomato plants. That's the best time to look for them. You'll find all of them and it'll just be a lot easier to do it that way. So I'm probably going to organize this. I don't know if I want to do it by like nightshades and things like that, or if I want to do, I'll probably just do everything like tomatoes, cucumbers, herbs. Yeah. Let's get back so I can have more room. Oh my, here's a whole bunch of dumped seeds of something that I saved. Let's see what all this is. Cantaloupe seeds. That's from our garden. Jubilee watermelon. That's from our garden. Loofah seeds. Man, loofah seeds and watermelon seeds look an awful lot alike, so I'm going to have fun sorting all these ones that dumped in here. So I love buying seeds from Baker Creek. They're probably my favorite place to buy seeds from, but I also tried in my gardener last year and I did really like their seeds. They're a great option because it's more affordable. You are going to get less seeds per pack in most cases, but if you're wanting to start seeds for the first time and you don't want to have a whole bunch invested, that is a great way to do it. Baker Creek offers super fun varieties and stuff, so you can't go wrong with either of those. Okay, that's gonna be another day because that alone is gonna take a whole lot of time. But hey, I'm proud of myself. I saved some seeds. So here I have some cinnamon. I always keep this with my seed stuff because it has great antifungal properties. Putting some cinnamon across the top of your soil when you're starting seeds, especially when you're in the basement or someplace that doesn't have a lot of great airflow, will really help keep down like the mold and mildew and fungus type properties. So good to have cinnamon. Oh. So my absolute favorite thing in the entire world to grow is tomatoes. I think that's partially because I love eating tomatoes. Basically in the summer, I live on tomato sandwiches. I know that's not everyone's jam, but it sure is mine. I literally could eat tomato sandwiches like all day, every day, as long as it's homegrown tomatoes. Obviously, I'm not gonna wanna eat a tomato sandwich from a store because they taste gross. There are some things that I'm not gonna organize right now because I know I'm not gonna grow them. I'm really just looking for the things I know I want to grow so I can have them organized and start planning out the dates of when they need to start. And then also when I need to start the succession sowing afterwards. I haven't grown this yet. I'll put a picture of it. I don't even know how to pronounce this. It's for toothaches. So stuff like this, I love to try to grow just to have stuff on hand. Add it to the medicine cabinet. Yarrow is a good one. Chives, I don't think I'll grow that this year. Bee balm. Bee balm is a great thing to grow. I don't think I'm gonna grow any bok choy. Lettuce. I probably have time to do some lettuces before spring kicks in. I might, we'll see. Cabbage, Brussels sprouts. I will say Brussels sprouts take an incredibly long time, even with a long growing season. So that is something that I probably would consider getting just from a store, getting a seedling. I have grown Brussels sprouts before, and it's just really hard with how hot it gets, especially here in Oklahoma, western Oklahoma, where we're like almost always in a drought. It just gets really hot for them a little prematurely, so that is the main reason I don't always grow Brussels sprouts, but they are delicious when you do grow them. I'll definitely be growing lots of corn this year. Cucumbers is probably my second favorite thing to grow. Basically, I like to grow whatever I like to eat, and I like to eat lots of cucumbers, and I like to eat lots of tomatoes. So I do grow a lot of those. Yeah, see, I'm getting short on some of my favorite cucumbers, so I need to order those. And I'm actually incredibly late in the season. I might not be able to find a lot of my favorite varieties. Come say hi in the video.
Hi, but I've got it all working again.
Oh, you did? So we can do that in this.
Plus side and minus side.
What?
I was literally getting ready to pull the Thomas. I was flipping the switch. My guy was like forcing it down, forcing it up, and just had to do that to like, I don't know, break something. Where I guess there was some like little metal shaving or something in there. So the breaker's working.
Okay.
Downside is, whenever I was talking to them, they're like, yeah, it's gonna, you're probably gonna need to end up replacing the whole thing if the breaker ever goes out. Because those are like old breakers. I was like, yep, that's like everything in the house. So.
You're like, it's a 100-year-old home. Wait, so we can do seeds out there?
Yes.
Perfect. This is a great way to save seeds easily. They're just these little like concession trays. That way you can just Sharpie on them what it is, stack them all season. They have airflow to dry it, and then you can bag them at the end of the season. Obviously, I didn't get to the bagging part, and I paid for it, but I don't know, maybe one day I'll get to it. Today is not that day. Oh my gosh, I have cactus seeds. That'd be so fun. Did you hate me? I know everyone and their dog grows zucchini and squash. There's two reasons I don't love to. One is because everyone else does, and it's really easy to get your hands on some locally at farmers markets and things like that. Two is because I don't really enjoy eating them all that much. If I'm gonna grow a squash, I really like patty pan squash. We grew those in Edmond, but they store really nicely. And so I like doing those. I don't really like doing normal ones. But yeah, I'm a big advocate of grow what you like to eat and grow what you're gonna use. We don't eat that much squash and zucchini, so I'm not gonna put a bunch of effort into growing it. So something that I always grow for my kids is ground cherries. They love ground cherries. We have some volunteers that come back every year, but I always start more. It's like, you want to come talk about it?
I just love ground cherries.
You love ground cherries, I know. It's like nature's candy. It comes in a little wrapper. And so it's these cute little like berry type things. And when they fall to the ground, they're already in a little wrapper and you just pick them up, unwrap them and eat them. They're delicious. It's kind of like a pineapple-y tomato is how I would describe it. But yeah, we always grow lots of ground cherries. Love those for the kids.
Yeah.
Because when we're outside working long days and they're like, Mom, I want a snack. I'm like, go eat some ground cherries. You guys like it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. David's back now. He's working on the electrical stuff in the well house. So we're gonna put a pause on this and go see what he's doing right now. You ready to go outside?
Yeah.
Is it cold outside?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, let's go. See, it looks like I have a lot of seeds. If you don't do a bunch of stuff from seeds, this looks like a lot. But if you're like an avid gardener and you start everything from seed, then you'd probably look at this and think what I'm thinking, which is, I'm getting kind of low. Need to order some more. Hey.
Hello. How are you?
Good, what's up? So kind of like last week's video, this is another space you guys have never seen. So we're gonna have seeds right here. We're gonna have to run a space heater in here.
Yeah, there's enough outlets to be able to do that. See, there's an outlet here.
Good Lord, it's cold. So yeah, it's freezing in here. What we really liked about the idea of starting seeds in this specific space is we used to have them in our basement 2 years ago, except now that's like our food storage room, and we don't want to have the moisture from the seedlings kind of near like all of our dry goods. We want to keep that area nice and dry. And then last year we had them in our main shop. What?
Can you just imagine the first year we cut 5 with this thing? It's like,
So puny.
yeah.
What a joke. But last year we had our seedlings in our main shop, and that worked okay, but it wasn't ideal for 2 reasons. One, it was such a big space that it was really hard to keep them warm enough, so they were a little bit stunted because it was too cold in there. But then also in the springtime, we always have tons of baby chicks going. So yeah, whenever they lose all their baby feathers, it just like sends dust all through the air. If you've hatched chicks and you've raised them, you've probably experienced that. It's a mess, especially when it's in your house.
Everywhere.
Yeah, we used to do all that in our house and quickly learned that we are not doing that anymore. So all of the dust from that gets on the leaves of the plants and makes it hard for them to absorb the light. So it kind of seemed like they did okay last year, but they were a little stunted until they got moved outside.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will be a great environment for them because it's a smaller room. We can control the temperature of it better. Also, we're not going to have any chickens in here, baby chicks, and we're not going to have the cat in here messing stuff up. That's another thing. Last year we didn't have a cat in the shop. Now we have a cat in the shop. So she for sure would be messing up the seedlings if we had them in there this year.
I'm excited.
And eventually this will be like our garden shed anyway.
Yeah, eventually we'll have, well, you can't really see over here, but we'll end up having shelving and stuff like that in the future. Hopefully we can end up tying in, each shelf will have its own LED lights, just for seed starts or microgreens.
It's freezing.
It is chilly in here.
It's so cold in here. Okay, well, I like it. Do we have, oh, this is cold. What is this?
Just a handle.
So yeah, this is kind of a look over of the room. Down here is our pump. But yeah, this should work really, really well. We should be able to get another light here soon. And that way we'll have this whole space for starting seeds.
Just need to get some new light bulbs.
Well, you guys, we're gonna wrap up the video here. It is absolutely freezing outside. It just dropped like way more. I'm gonna go find some more heat lamps to put with the calves. I'm getting honey fed before bedtime. It is so cold. I'm having a hard time talking, like that's how cold it is. But we wanna remind you guys that next month at the end of March, we will also be at the Okie Homesteading Expo in Pryor, Oklahoma. So be sure to go check out that event. If you see us, come say hi. We would love to meet you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching in today's video. We appreciate your support and you choosing to spend your time with us here today. Remember, you were born for such a time as this, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.